Depending on what sector you're looking at, whether it's road infrastructure, housing, the answer to what has been done will vary. Overall, I think the assessment isn't as encouraging as one would hope or one would expect. The biggest problem right now is how slow the housing recovery has been. As you know, the tent cities, camps are as big and as large as they were within the weeks after the earthquake. And so there are many people, millions or so, depending on the estimates. They're still living in conditions in temporary housing, just as they were soon after the quake. Many things need to be done. Roads still need to be cleared, repaired. Infrastructure, such as sewage, water treatment, has to be built anew, fixed. I think the cholera epidemic highlighted the challenges that were present, not only after the earthquake, but before the earthquake. The basic infrastructure pre-earthquake was precarious. The earthquake made it that much more precarious, and they still need to be addressed. But I would think for the million or so people that are displaced, the biggest issue right now is housing, whether to make where they are permanent and make improvements in those camps, or to quickly start moving them back to either their old homes or to new types of urbanization or developments. The earthquake did more than just uncover a fault, geographic fault. It really unearthed many social, political faults in the country that had been lingering. It's forced the country to deal with really major social, political issues, income inequality, poverty to begin with, resource distributions, responsibility over infrastructure, who's responsible for what, the government, the state, the private sector, and so forth. And what's been challenging, I think, has been to do both the project of reconstruction and the political, social discussion that needs to happen around unresolved issues and political tensions. I think the biggest, and right now the biggest concern, is the political impasse over the elections. And there's a general agreement that until that gets resolved, then the reconstruction won't be able to happen, because people are focused on who the next leader and power holders will be in the Haitian state and the government. So I think politically they're going through a very big rough patch. That's an understatement. And a lot of people waiting to see how the elections are resolved and who the next president of the country will be. I think the scale of the physical damage done to the metropolitan region of Port-au-Prince is such that it really escapes any. It's in a scale and a class of its own. So thinking about a model is probably not the best approach. I think the level of reconstruction and construction that needs to be done, and on top of that, the level of investment that needs to be done in sectors that hadn't been worked on for years, is so complex that you need to look at this in kind of a hybrid approach, multiple models, multiple approaches. For different sectors, for housing, for sewage, for water delivery, and so forth. And then that the big challenge is more of an organizational and political challenge. How do you coordinate these multiple approaches? How do you transfer the knowledge that's out there in Haiti, outside of Haiti, around these kinds of issues, and turn them into concrete actions? I think so. The big issue really is what kind of organizational models can we think about to muster all of the different resources that are out there, and then to actually implement them. There are multiple ways to help, and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people have been pouring both financial resources and their own time and other resources into Haitian reconstruction efforts. one intangible way to help Haiti is to stay informed and to demand information on what's going on from your politicians, representatives, to the news media and so forth. So there's that kind of, the better informed and the more sophisticated you are about understanding what Haiti's going through, I think the more you can help. If you want to go down there and help, I think, consultations. Ask Haitians and see what needs, where they want help, how they want the help, and follow their lead. I think we need to follow the Haitians' lead, both from the government, and the private sector and the nonprofit sector, and to respect what it is that they're asking for, and to follow that lead.